Hey everyone, today's video is to show you how to play line 88 in our book, the William Tell Overture. This is a tune that's usually pretty popular for students to learn around this time of the year. Some people know it as the theme from The Lone Ranger, even though The Lone Ranger was a radio and TV program that was on long before even I was born, and you guys know I'm pretty old. Now, William Tell Overture uses only notes that we play all the time, notes from our concert E-flat scale. Clarinet players have some particularly low notes in their part. For everyone else, they're notes that are in the range that we've been playing in for quite some time, except for perhaps the high C that some of the trumpets, some people have there in the second line of the music. So notes aren't likely to be a problem. The problem that usually happens with this tune is rhythm, and there's two rhythm problems that happen. The first is some students try and add notes that don't exist, usually in this measure here. And the second is people have struggles with this tie here, and the notes from here on out end up being played not quite in the right place. So I'm going to give you a minute to think about what the counting should be. You can pause this and think about it, or you can keep on playing, and I'm going to write that counting in for you. So I'll give you just a minute. I want you to think about how you would write in the counting for this. And for the purposes of this, you can imagine that that tie isn't there. So you can see that I've written in the counting now. Hopefully the counting that I wrote in jives with the counting you figured out in your head just now. I'm going to count it for you exactly the way that it appears in the screen. Notice that I have ignored this tie. That's why we have beat 3 here. If the tie were there, beat 3 in this bar just wouldn't exist. So I'm going to start a metronome going. Remember, this one starts on beat number 4. Here's the metronome. 1, 2, 1, 2, go. 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. Now, if I were going to play it with the tie in this bar the way it's written, I would need to get rid of this beat 3 and still make sure that that and happened in the right place. So before I said 1, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, now I've got to wait all the way until the and of 3. Listen how this sounds with the metronome. 1 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. Notice that you can hear the metronome click beat 3, and then I say the and exactly a half beat later. 1 click and 4 and 1, 2, 3. Now, the other mistake that people often make in this tune is they want to add an extra note in this measure here, right where I drew that arrow. And the reason is they're used to playing CCC, CCC. So here they want to play CC, here they want to play CCC, CC, and they want to play another C, but a C doesn't exist. In this one, it's CCC, CCF, or it might be B flats and E flats. So I need to make sure that I'm following Mr. Anderson's simple rule of reading music, and that is play one sound per dot in the page. If I'm playing a note and there's not a dot in the page there, I've likely made a pretty big mistake. So now I'm going to start that metronome going again, and I'm going to play it exactly the way it says in the page. These are clarinet notes, which have some low notes in there. I'm going to play the way that it's printed in the trumpet part instead. I just didn't have a trumpet part to display on the screen. So here is line number 88, the William Tell Overture. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now you can go ahead and you can rewind this and you can play it as many times as you'd like. You can play it with your own metronome at a slower tempo. You can log into Smart Music and play it with a backing track that they have there. Either way, I hope you enjoy playing it just for fun. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.